I am super happy and glad to watch the movie, the Java documentary that's available on YouTube right now, where you can explore, learn, and understand more about what's happened in the whole history in the software engineer perspective. I'm super glad to be part of this movie, even a tiny participation. I could see myself younger. At that time, I won my second or my third award inside the Java world. It was the JCP. So I'm super glad to be part of these specifications. I can say a little bit about myself because Java changed my whole life, in my whole career, in my whole perspective. I started to learn English because of Java. I decided to expand my network because of Java. I met incredible people because of Java. I increased my network, had family, friends because of the whole Java ecosystems. I learned the hard skill with the best people inside the open source, inside the JVM itself. I learned soft skill like how to communicate and lead with people, especially in the executive committee that I'm part right now. So watch the movie. Hopefully it's inspire you like it did for me. And also enjoy the community because it changed my life and my career in the whole open source industry. It can change yours as well.